Hello everyone, here's my review for Dr. Stone Season 1. Dr. Stone follows Senku, a high school science genius who wakes up after humanity's been trapped in stone for 3,500 years. My guy Brent over at Whip Media Slow introduced me to this show recently. On a whim one night, he was like, I got a surprise for you, I'm going to show you a surprise anime. So I found out it was this, and now we're through the first season. And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying Dr. Stone. I think this is one of those anime that kind of gets made fun of as like the MCU of anime because it's so popular. Sort of like in the same position as Demon Slayer. But I think there's a lot to like about it. The animation is great, all the characters' designs are pretty memorable. Of course, you got Senku with his crazy white and green hair, but you also have characters like Sueka, who is very small and always wears a melon on her head. Every character has a particularly memorable detail about them. Of course, the actual movement itself is also well done. From what I could tell, Dr. Stone was mostly done in 2D. Not that that's an issue, of course, the show looks great. It's well put together on a visual level. The music is also fantastic here. Both of the openings for this season are really exciting and fit the tone of the show well, and the score is also not only memorable, but pretty grand. There are a lot of tidbits of writing I like about this show too. Senku in particular is interesting as a protagonist because he's basically an inversion of the typical shonen main character. There are probably people that could speak a little bit more educatedly on this subject, but as you watch Dr. Stone, you'll notice details about Senku that are in direct opposition to what a shonen protagonist usually is. With the main thing being that his intelligence is his main strength, it's not physical. To the point where the writers went out of their way to have Senku be exhausted from physical tasks. Senku also has some great dialogue quirks. Other characters have this too, but Senku will use 10 billion for everything. And those types of things just make the characters feel more alive. A lot of the side characters are also really interesting, Gen and Kohaku in particular. And the show features a solid antagonist so far as well, who is very active in the plot. Another way Dr. Stone inverts the typical shonen anime is that a lot of its action comes through Senku doing science, not actually fighting. But it still remains exciting. The pace is kept pretty fast for the most part. Additionally, Dr. Stone contrasts itself from typical apocalypse stories by being pretty hopeful. This is, for all intents and purposes, an apocalypse story, and it remains lighthearted throughout. Part of that has to do with the premise of the apocalypse being that humanity is alive within the stone casings. But the tone is kept lighthearted, and I really appreciated that. Where a lot of apocalypse stories are pretty bleak and hopeless, Dr. Stone stands in direct contrast to that. Overall, this is a really solid opening season for an anime. Dr. Stone's first season was fun through its whole run, and I'm excited to start the next season. So with that, I'm going to give Season 1 an 8.5 out of 10. This show is pretty great so far, I'm really enjoying it. But let me know what you think of Dr. Stone in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.